I've been both baptized and chrismated throughout various ages, within the Greek Orthodox Church and as Roman Catholic. I'm Greek, so obviously I had no choice in that one. And in my teens, I was exposed to Roman Catholicism. My dilemma is that my mystical spiritual experience really touches me within the realm of Orthodoxy. However, the intellectualism, the vigor of Roman Catholicism also appeals to me very much. And so I'm torn between these two experiences has allowed me to not make a total commitment to either one because I'm confused as far as where does God call and the state of my soul and salvation with either choice.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate the question. Love the question, and really appreciate you. And you speak to why Pope John Paul II said that the Church breathes with two lungs and needs them both. So the fact that you find value in both the Greek and Latin patrimony of the Church is exactly as it should be. I mean, it would be a crying shame. It shows a broad-mindedness and a charity on your part that you recognize value in these divergent traditions. And really, the entirety of the Catholic tradition, East and West, should be available to every Christian to enrich their lives. Now, I'm a Latin Catholic, and I mean, I love St. Thomas Aquinas and Augustine, and I'm really steeped in the Latin tradition, but I'm constantly reading in the Eastern tradition. I'm reading the Cappadocians and Dionysius, and currently I'm poking through a book by David Bentley Hart, who's a contemporary Orthodox theologian. So I mean, that we all should be doing this. So this doesn't point to some kind of deficit in you. I think it's a broad-minded charity on your own part, and the dogmatist who says only my tradition, only my part of the Church has any value, and I'm going to reject those other guys over there. I really think that's the narrowness of spirit that's not Catholic, big C or small c, at all. So really appreciate your point of view. Now, from the point of view of the Catholic Church, my job is not to proselytize you. Like, I have no interest in trying to convince Greek Orthodox Christians to convert to Roman Catholicism. That is not my agenda at all. And the Church has actually said that is illegitimate, and I'm not to do that. So the major goal of the Church with regard to the Eastern churches is not the proselytism of individuals, but the union of the communities.
That's the end game.
We're aiming at the total unity of East and West, that all the bishops and the patriarchs and all the rest of them, that we can fully express the unity in the Church that Christ desires. Now, if your Byzantine Catholic soul is compelled in conscience to offer obeisance to the Pope as the universal vicar of Christ with universal jurisdiction, and yet you don't want to leave the Eastern patrimony of the Church, you don't have to, right? There is also there's a third path you didn't mention, and that is a profession of faith in a Greek Catholic Church. So I don't know if you have considered the Ruthenian rite or the Melkite rite of the Catholic Church, where you worship according to the liturgy of St. John Chrysostom and have all that entire spirituality available to you, and yet your verbal profession of the faith would be in accord with what your intellect tells you is the truth of Christ's Church, namely that the Pope is the vicar of Christ and has universal jurisdiction. So that you don't have to become a Roman Rite Catholic to scratch all of those itches.